Hello everyone, my name is Devera. I'm from Muffin Top Belly Fix website. Below this video you should see the information on how to get there. I would love for you to visit sometime. I'm doing a recipe today on kale chips. They're baked and they're spicy. If y'all have watched any of my other videos, you will know by now that I like my spicy food. That's what drew my attention to kale chips, is I've seen tons and tons of recipes out there for them, and a lot of them said spicy, so I thought I would try them. I tried several recipes that were out there, and I did not like them. They didn't turn out right for me. I've tried them in the dehydrator. That they didn't get crunchy enough for me, and it took hours and hours to do. So I decided to make my own. I made my own recipe, and they turned out really good, so now I want to share them with you. And before we get started, could y'all please click the little subscribe button down below, somewhere below my video. I would much appreciate it. I'm trying to get monetized here on YouTube, and I need subscribers. I've had viewers, lots of viewers, but I haven't gotten subscribers. I think people forget to click that little subscribe button. It's very important for us YouTubers. For YouTube to see us, we have to have like 1,000 subscribers just before they'll even think about monetizing us. So much apprecited. Okay, let's get started. I got a little head start. I got my kale. It's just small pieces of kale. You put it in a strainer and rinse it real good, and then you put it out on a towel that's not going to be fuzzy. You don't want lint and all that in your kale. If your kale, it has ribs or stem, you want to remove those. That would not be good. They're tough. This batch here, it came out of a bag, I'll be honest with you. So it's already in small pieces, but there is still some of these ribs in here. And it's not going to hurt anything if you accidentally put some in there, but you're not going to want to eat them because they're going to be really hard and tough. That's not the part of kale that's good for you. The leafy part, the green leafy part, is what's such a good nutrient dense food. As you can tell, I have a hard time doing something and talking at the same time. But you lay this out, the kale on your towel, lint free as much as possible. And you've got to dry it really good. So I take the towel, I'm out of the picture now, and I roll it. I roll it kind of like you would a sleeping bag. So it looks kind of like this, just rolled up, and just mash it down. You know, you're just trying to get it good, really good and dry. I have 2 cats running around my feet, so if I'm looking down at the floor, sometimes that's why they may even happen up on the counter. They seem to like to do that too. Let's hope not, though. Okay, I think this is pretty dry. It's dry enough. We'll let that sit for a minute while we put our mixture together. I got my oven on already. You put it on 350, and I was trying to make things a little bit simpler for this video, so I went ahead and measured everything out. But let's have garlic, just garlic powder. I'm going to take half a teaspoon. Chili powder, half a teaspoon. Ground cumin, half a teaspoon. Cayenne, red pepper, have a problem saying that word. You need a half a teaspoon of that. And olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. You need 1 tablespoon. Salt, I'm using sea salt, and it's a 1/2 teaspoon. Almost forgot. Almond butter. I do not think I have a good quality almond butter, to be honest with you. It's not real scoopable, easy to scoop. So I'm just using the oils from the almond butter, but it's 2 tablespoons. Scrape some of this off. That's the mixture. Let me get my whisk. I forgot to bring that over here. Just whisk it real good so it's good and it's mixed. So, as you can see, it's just a real creamy brown mixture. Smells really good. That should do. So this little bit of oil mixture, it should coat about 2 bunches of kale. I've got mine out of a bag, so I'm just guesstimating. But you don't want it drenched in the mixture because it won't bake as well if it's too soaked. You basically want to just flavor. You want to flavor it real good. And I'm gonna find a better way to dry this kale. I don't really like the way it sticks to the towel. Makes it more difficult. All right. You just toss it around in here. Yes, it's messy. I'm getting it all over the counter. Try to coat it in the mixture as good as you can. So kale chips don't have to have any seasoning for them to be good. I still miss some ribs. Yeah, you can just throw these in the oven with a little oil and a little salt, and they're good that way too. And they're a lot easier. I guess it'd be a lot simpler if you just wanted a quick snack. Because once they're in the oven, they don't take but literally 6 or 7 minutes. It could take up to 10 minutes. It just depends on how hot your oven cooks. I think it's pretty good and coated. I'm still finding the ribs, but we don't have to eat them. Just because they're in there, don't mean we have to eat them. So, I already got my pans ready. But you want a cookie sheet with parchment paper. My hands are messy, but not wax paper. Don't make the same mistake I made when I was a beginner cook. Wax paper does not work in heat. Let me tell you from experience. It's parchment paper. It's meant for being in the oven, and it just keeps them from sticking. You want to lay them out on this paper and your kale and lay it kind of single layer. Try not to have them on top of each other because they won't bake near as good. They won't get as crispy. And, if you run out of pan space, you can just try, after one batch gets done, you can put another batch in. And there I go, making more messes. I got another pan here. I'm going to go ahead and lay it on here. I'm making it work, but I might just have to let it bake a little bit longer. And that should be good. Put them in the oven. I'll do the big pan first. we're going to set the timer. Like I said, I'm setting it for 6 minutes, but it may take longer than that. And when it's ready, I'll be right back. Hello, my kale chips are done. They're good and crispy, as you can hear. Sounds like dried leaves, which basically, that's what they are. Some of them might be a tad too soft for you. You can just set them to the side and put them back in the oven after you get all the crispy ones off. But for the most part, I think mine are ready to eat. They're really good. They're light and crispy. And they make a healthy snack. These are just a tad salty, so you may want to adjust the salt a little bit. I think I did half a teaspoon. I would do maybe a quarter of a teaspoon. So, just give you a summary. I used a bag of organic kale. And you see how much I used, and I still have half a bag left. Parchment paper. Not a requirement, but it's my preference.